Hello and welcome. I'm the lolcow critic, and I watch it so you don't fucking have to. No, I'm just joking. But Stray Fox here with another video. This one should be short, but I always say that, and it always isn't. But we'll see. Because there's always some bullshit going on with DSP, and I'm here to explain how dented his takes are. Not like I really need to. It's pretty obvious to anyone with a normal brain how stupid this man is and how delusional it is. But we're back here with a new, well, actually this is actually straight from the source itself. The DSP Reacts channel, dude, and his failing Reacts channel. And because unfortunately no one clipped this, so I have to do this myself. Which is fine, it's whatever, but that's why I like the clip channers, the clippers. I like those guys better. Snort Hoagie, Duty Streams, Aquateal used to do it. Like, people like that. I like Memology, Hate Army. You guys are all great. The GOATs. I just prefer not to give DSP a view, right? Like, I don't want to contribute to his believed success, quote unquote, air quotes, and believed. In any way. So we're here. We're gonna do this really quick, and that will come up later. Actually, that's why I said that, because he goes on a whole ass rant about, oh, can I take my view back, and all this. We'll get into it, obviously. But yeah, I wish I could take my view back from you, Phil. See, this is all like he doesn't. I'll get into it when we get into it. I'm getting ahead of myself right now. Let's go.
Right? I don't know. All right, what's next?
Hi, welcome to the end of this episode.
Yes.
It is the Game Grumps, who used to be funny a while ago. Honestly, I never liked Aaron. I was never a big Aaron fan. But I always liked Dan. Dan, for whatever reason, always seemed like really laid back and like approachable, friendly. I don't know. But I've heard some shady shit go on behind the scenes about these two, so who the fuck knows? But I always thought Dan was more entertaining than the two. But I've never, to be fair, I've never actually seen the old Game Grumps with JonTron. Yeah. I've seen JonTron's videos himself, his own videos. I've just never seen him when he was a part of Game Grumps. So I can't judge old Game Grumps. I can only judge new Game Grumps. And I don't really watch it anymore. I'm like, eh.
Someone who gave us this to us. Someone gave us a giant 5-pound gummy bear, and we were gonna eat it.
It really is. It's like
the most solid thing I've ever. Here, wait, just like drop. Oh, that's gummy. That's gummy goodness. So,
that's
I
nice.
should ask this, okay? Why? Why do these exist? Why do you make giant gummy things? Right?
The same reason you make shitty ass content yourself, Phil. It's all about money, according to you, right? And they're vastly more successful and make a lot more money than you do, Phil. So that's probably why they're doing it. But that's the thing that that's the overall theme of this video is Phil doesn't understand what fun is. And he's upset when he sees other people having fun. And he wants to police what content should be allowed on YouTube. So only videos that he finds entertaining should be allowed on YouTube. He can't comprehend that not everyone is dented and fucked up like he is, and everyone has a subjective sense of what is entertaining and what is fun. People will find this entertaining and fun. I mean, not me, because I'm not really a huge fan of them, but I'm sure their fans like this, just like there are fans that like your shit. Now, there's not very many fans that like your shit, but there are some. So there is some content for everyone, okay, Phil? And you, of all people, should know that with your dwindling fan base of yourself. But this motherfucker thinks that he is the de facto, the only accurate judge of fun and funny, fun, entertainment, and humor in the whole world. And that only things that he approves of, I swear, it's like that wannabe dictator syndrome. You know that shit that Trump has, where it's like he thinks of himself as like the most important person, and he wants the rest of the world to echo that sentiment. Like, he wants to be the one in charge. He wants to, like, no, this is what I think, so you all have to think this too. He's like those typical evangelicals who try to, like, push their religious beliefs on other people. It's like, no, motherfucker, like, that's your belief. You can do whatever you want based on your own belief as long as you're not hurting someone. But you can't force your views on someone else just because you think that's right. That's your opinion. Other people are entitled to their own fucking opinions, and you're not the internet or YouTube a head honcho on any of the sites ever, so you're not in charge of what is and isn't good content. It could be your opinion that this is not good content. That is fair. But it's not an objective statement just because you don't like something. I don't like Harry Potter. As a random example. Like, there's some things, like, some popular things I never really got into. Not so much because I don't like it, but just because, like, I haven't watched it. So, like, for instance, I haven't watched Breaking Bad. And I know that was, like, a massive show that everyone loved. And I never gave it a shot because I was too busy with other shit. Like, I never sat down and watched it. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know. I never watched it. So I can't physically say it's bad. I don't like Harry Potter, but again, I don't even hate Harry Potter. But again, my point I'm trying to make here is, like, the point I'm trying to make is that, like, if I don't like something, I'm not just gonna go out and say this is an objectively bad thing and no one has the right to enjoy that. Only a fucking, sorry, but I'm gonna say it, only an regard, I'll say regarded at myself. I don't want to go too rash. Only a mentally challenged, mentally ill dummy, only a mentally challenged idiot would find this entertaining, guys. That's basically what he's doing. Like, he's like, you're not the police of fucking anything. Just shut up and watch what you were paid to watch. That's your job. You're not even, example, you're not reacting to the, he's not reacting to the actual video. He's reacting, he's jealous, basically. This all boils down to jealousy. It's all jealous. He is a miserable, miserable person who doesn't understand what fun is, doesn't have a good time, is in a horrible position in life, and he wants everyone else to be miserable too. He hates seeing other people have fun, possibly, or enjoy themselves. And so he wants to shit on everyone and bring everyone else down. Not to mention the fact that he's extremely jealous of anyone who's more successful than him. So it all comes down to money with him.
So this was over 10 years ago, back when I still lived in Connecticut. And I had a P.O. box. You guys remember that, right? So I just let people send me stuff back in the day. And one day I get there, there's a giant box in there. I'm like, what the hell is that? I take it home and I open it, all right? Without anyone having told me that they were...
Plus, he doesn't understand what a novelty is. I don't think that many people are buying these giant gummies to actually eat and enjoy like a snack. People buy these as gifts for other people as a lark, as a novelty. It's like, oh, look, I only ever see gummies really small, but this one's really big. Oh, that's funny. And you can kind of eat it if you want. But most people will, like, have a couple bites and end up throwing it out at the end of the day. Because no one can eat 5 pounds of gummies as in one sitting and survive, I don't think. But, like, most people who buy these probably aren't buying these, eat the whole fucking thing. It's more of, like, a joke gift or gag gift that you give your friends. But that's something Phil doesn't have, is friends. So he wouldn't understand the comedy of giving a gag gift, a joke gift, to a friend.
We're going to do this. They
and obviously someone sent the Game Grumps
life size.
So obviously someone gave the Game Grumps this to see the reaction to it.
Gummy
How is this guy not understanding this? Like, I'm autistic as fuck, and I understand this. How does he not? In my head, I can't understand. Like I'm on the spectrum. There are things I don't get sometimes. Okay, I'll be the first to admit it. Like, sometimes I'll take a joke a little too far, or across, like, you know what I mean? Or not get a joke sometimes or whatever, but this is just going straight over my head. One of my friends would be like, dude, she was flirting with you. I'm like, went over my head. Like, apparently there's this girl in high school that had a crush on me for like a year, and I had no fucking idea. Because you don't just come right out and just tell me, hey, I have a crush on you. Cool, let's go out. No, you gotta, like, I'm fucking deciphering clues over here and some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, I just think you're being nice. I'm just blunt and straightforward. Like, if you like me, just tell me you like me. Don't go and do all these, like, tip me off and give me hints. And, like, I'm not gonna pick it up. It goes over my fucking head.
Okay? So it's like the size of my head.
But he's even worse. Like, he doesn't understand, like, anything about society at all.
You know, it was solid gummy. And I took it home.
Wait, what was the gummy of?
Solid gummy. Gummy skull. The thing must have weighed at least 5
pounds. Oh, it was
a
skull.
You know, it was solid gummy, and I took it home, and I put it, like, on a shelf in my house, and I just kind of stared at it, and I was like, what do I do with this? So I left it there for, like, a few months, and actually it was funny, because, like, Rambo used to come over and everything and look at it and be like, what the hell is that? And, like, yeah, it's a freaking, apparently it's a gummy skull or whatever, but I don't understand what the point is. Like, why would...
Because it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a gag gift. You know what is skull shaped that looks really cool? It was like that stupid Dan Aykroyd vodka bottles that he has, and they're in the shape of a skull. And that bottle itself looks fucking cool. I'm not the biggest fan of vodka. I prefer like more rum, I guess, than vodka if I have to drink something hard liquor like that. I'm not the biggest fan of vodka unless you're mixing it with some other shit. But like you're just drinking it straight, no. But anyway, but the bottle itself was fucking cool because it was like in the shape of a skull and they had like a fucking rainbow one. I'm like, that's cool, but I don't know if I can justify spending $50 just on a bottle of vodka, a really fancy bottle of rum or something that I enjoy better. Then maybe, yeah. But vodka?
Would you want 5 pounds of gummy? Listen.
Because it's funny, it's a joke.
Can be delicious, right? I like a bag of gummy bears or whatever. You pop some in your mouth, you get these
gummy bears flying here and there and everywhere. They are the gummy bears.
Different flavors of fruit.
That's an old reference no one's going to get.
That's good for a snack. But I would never want to have a 5-pound thing of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't understand. That much gelatin, sugar. You know, why would anyone want to eat that? And what's the point of this video exactly? With 3.3 million views.
Can you hand me the scissors?
Oh, yeah.
See, again, it comes down to views. It's all about jealousy.
We're going to eat this. Because it reminds us so much of the boss that we just fought, Ebrietas, the daughter of the cosmos.
This is
who is a jelly monstrosity. Much like this. They also make gummy alligators. I don't know why I'm plugging this company. I don't know who the hell this
they are
is.
murdering people by... And
this is incredibly boring.
So is your ship, DSP. Some people would find this entertaining. Like, I find all of your content incredibly fucking boring. But yeah, you're, like, someone could say the same about your content, and you'd be like, I don't understand. My content's meaningful content for a curated audience, and everyone loves my shit. Like, he would get super fucking defensive if he said that. If I said that about his shit. If anyone said that about his stuff, he would just ban them right on the spot.
Can't make any headway.
Dude, it's impossible. We're gonna have to cut this, like, actually cut the footage, because I can't. Oh, this.
Why are you trying to cut it with a plastic knife?
Why are they doing that?
That's the joke. That's the joke.
That's the joke, Phil.
Like,
I gotta explain humor to him like he's like 2 years old. That's the joke. They're trying to be funny. It's humorous. Not everyone is deadpan fucking serious all the time and born with zero emotions. That's just you. You fucking alien.
3 million views to see 2 guys try to cut a giant gummy bear with a plastic knife. Genius.
Yeah. Like, that's something he doesn't get. Like, you could have the stupidest, simplest idea for a video, and people will find it dumb, relatable, and funny. You could put all of the thought you want into the world into this video and have this, like, super convoluted, well thought out, like, evidence backed up by science, like, essay on, like, the history of evolution, or like this well-researched project video essay on a project on, I don't fucking know, history or something like that. And it could be like super articulate, super well put together, have great production value, and have only like a couple hundred views. That's the nature of YouTube, dumbass. And it has always been that way. Because he's going to try to argue that, like, oh, YouTube changed for the worst, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, even back in the heyday of YouTube, it was all memes and YouTube poops and a shitload of fucking anime music videos. That's all it fucking was back then. It's arguably gotten a lot better now than it has before. But he's going to try to be like, oh no, it used to be so good back then. No, it never was. Don't let him make you believe. And then he's just skipping these members. Like, these are like member submissions that people paid him money to have him review. And they're like, and he's just skipping all of it.
It is pure chemicals. There's nothing.
It's like it's good, but there's so like this. This is like how much you would normally eat.
Yeah.
And this is how much I actually ate.
Oh God. Well, this calls for a second giant gross bite, I think.
Nah, this is.
That just makes my teeth hurt watching it. Like,
I just don't get it. You know.
And that's why your business is failing, DSP. Your business. No, my business is doing great. No, it's really not, though. It isn't. And that's why you don't understand human emotions. You really don't. You don't understand that something stupid and dumb could be considered funny and silly to people. Like Shinko says, there's a guy on YouTube that's literally making YouTube shorts of just garbage floating in the breeze. And people watch that more than your fucking video. Like, little stupid things can get decent views on YouTube. It doesn't matter, Phil. People have their own preferences. People like a lot of things. And you know how, like, here's a good way to put it, Phil. You know how, like, you have a very small fan base of fans that watch all your content? These guys have a massive amount of fans that watch all of their content. The only difference is they're successful and you're not. They have millions of fans. You have like 10, maybe. That's the difference. Get it? So maybe not everyone who watched this video was a fan of theirs, but like they have a lot of fans who watch a lot of their content. It's more entertaining than anything you've put out. I would rather watch any random Game Grumps short, because I think this was it's a short. I'd rather watch any Game Grumps short than anything you put out. And that's the other thing. It's a fucking short. Shorts get a lot more views than normal videos do. But he doesn't seem to understand that. Like, shorts are basically the same thing as TikTok and Facebook Reels and all these other ones that are like the same thing. But they're meant to be consumed quickly. You watch it, you scroll up to the next one. So, like, people get a shitload of views out of shorts, right? So, shorts are probably going to have more views than an average video or stream would do. And DSP at one point was putting out shorts and was bragging about getting somewhat decent views on it. Nowhere near millions, of course. It was only like a couple thousand or so, but it was more than he was getting view-wise on his videos. But he just stopped because, oh wait, the guy who was making his shorts had the audacity to ask to be compensated in some way for doing actual free work for him. I'm like, hey, I'm doing all this fucking work for you, editing and making it all right and everything like that. Maybe I could get paid a little bit? No, fuck you. Get out of here, get banned, you fucking troll. He was a troll the whole time. I don't know if you knew that. Troll. Fucking troll, man.
Again, I used to do DSP Tries It, and even though it was a comical series,
it wasn't though. Phil, it was never funny though. It wasn't. Like, it was funny to watch you fail when you're doing that poorly cooking. That was somewhat entertaining, I guess, back in the day. just to see how bad of a fuck up you are in the kitchen. But DSP Tries It was never funny. No, I don't think anyone ever watched DSP Tries It and was laughing. Like, maybe your dented fans thought it was funny? It wasn't funny, though.
And to be like, let's try things you can actually get at a fast food restaurant or something. The whole...
And again, this comes down to, like, him overvaluing his opinion on stuff. He thinks his opinion on food, on games, on content online is, like, the end-all be-all, and we should all be listening and agreeing with his own opinion, when that's not the case. If anything, we should be... I've always struggled with how I want to phrase this, but it's basically DSP is always wrong. The opposite of what DSP is saying is usually the correct take in a matter. It's like extremely rare when he's on the same correct take on like any kind of like polarizing topic. It's very rare. His opinions on video games, on movies, they're all horrible. Every fucking take he has is terrible. Or, if on the rare occasion he's right for the wrong reasons. He'll still land in the right spot, but he got there by the wrong way. Like he was going backwards, but still somehow ended up where he wanted to go.
You can get what I'm about to try, even if I like it, or maybe you don't believe me and you want to try it because I said it was bad. Some people did that too. You know,
why should we give a crap about your opinion in the first place, though,
probably
Phil?
Around 13 years ago or something like that, I tried that from KFC. I just don't understand these. Here's something we know is weird and gross and no one's going to like, and let's do a video about it and overact with, oh, we have to cut it with a plastic knife. Well, it's not going to cut it.
It's not going to cut it.
That's the joke.
You dumbass.
It's a plastic knife. You need to have a real knife to cut something like this.
I'll just keep spamming this.
I was supposed to eat it. Yeah, we
That's
know.
The
Like,
joke.
that's common sense. No one would eat
That's
that.
the joke.
So what am I doing?
That's the
3.3
joke.
million views. This
That
I
cuts
hate
it
to
off.
say it, like this was always me
That's
on
the
YouTube
joke.
versus everybody else was always very
That's
different.
the
right?
joke.
Like me on YouTube is just enjoying games casually and then doing this over the top commentary, but you know, just having silly fun, nothing too crazy.
But that's your problem. You're not having silly fun. You don't know what fun is. And, okay, fine. If that's your business strategy, that's yours. Not everyone else is obligated to follow your own business strategy. They are free to do whatever the fuck they want to do on their own goddamn channel, Phil. And you can criticize and hate and cry all you want, but that's the freedom of the internet. Everyone can do this. I have the ability to sit here and criticize you because you publicly uploaded your content to YouTube.
Not literally nothing staged. Like that's the thing. Like I don't think ever in my life what has I really staged? Maybe.
And that, oh my god, like I won't say that's why he's not popular because I don't think he would ever be popular even if he staged it. Because he can't fucking act. That's why nothing is staged, is because DSP cannot act. You go and you watch Project 7, he doesn't know how to fucking act. He can't act. Okay? He's not entertaining. He's not funny. Not funny, didn't laugh.
2 videos, right? Me in the shower putting Selsun blue in my hair or whatever.
Oh
But
god, that
outside
was
of
fucking cringe.
Everything has always been like a genuine kind of a deal that I felt would either be useful or whatever. I've never
And
done, like, a
obviously that didn't
staged
work
piece of
all too well
content
for
like
you,
that.
did it?
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, this is what people were busy doing. They were busy, oh look, my kid didn't do his homework. Let me smash his PlayStation console. Oh look, I'm upset. Let me destroy my oven in my house. Oh, let's eat giant gummy bears and say they're gross even though everyone fucking knows that already. Like, this is the level of content that people made over the last 10 to 15 years while I was making my own stuff. This is what they were making. And this got popular. 3.3 million views to see 2 guys eat a big gummy.
I mean, it's a short compared to a video, Phil. And this just seems like jealousy to me. Maybe your shit didn't get popular because you're not entertaining enough. People watch YouTube like they watch TV now. You do understand that, right? Like, they're flipping through TikTok, the Instagram, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. Like, they're watching it like they watch TV now, because cable's too fucking expensive. You were never entertaining. Even back when you first started, you were not entertaining. While Game Grumps is also into video game entertainment, just like you are, they were more focused on the comedy and interaction between the two hosts than they were on doing full, complete playthroughs. And full, complete playthroughs are fine, they're whatever, even though he's wage quit a lot of them. But, like, actual people who, like, enjoy watching Let's Plays, I think at some point over the 10 years that YouTube has been up, or whatever, however many years YouTube has been up, I feel that, like, they originally maybe started enjoying watching someone do a complete playthrough, and then it's like, oh, then streaming started, and people were like, oh, I'll hop on and see what game you're playing, but they didn't really care if they finished the entire game or not at that point, right? They more cared about the actual Let's Player. The Let's Player became more entertaining, because guess what, Phil? If you were actually entertaining as a Let's Player, you could make any video game that you play fun and entertaining, even if they don't like it. I have watched Let's Players play games I absolutely fucking hated, but because they're entertaining on their own, that made the whole stream fun to watch, even though I didn't like the game. And that's how it should be, but you don't understand that. And that's what they did, and that's why they are popular, and you are not. But this is all jealousy.
Bear. Oh, it's gross. Yeah, I know. We knew that before you opened it. You didn't have to make the whole video about it, and 3.3 million people thought they needed to watch the video of common sense, huh? Really? Or anything.
Plus, it would be a little disingenuous if, like, they were receiving all these fan mail from fans and then just throwing it fucking out like you fucking did. So it's kind of like how when you get a tip, or like or a super chat, you'll shout them out. This is kind of the same thing. So it's like, oh, they had someone send them something asking them to review it, so they made a short video on it, and that's what they fucking did. Because someone did a super chat, basically, like that. Does that make more sense in your dented fucking head?
But you see what I mean? Like, this is the level of what YouTube became in the time that I was just trying to, like, make a living and do normal things, and, you know, this is what YouTube...
And... And again, he's bringing it back to the whole, when I was trying to make a living. Well, when you were trying to make a living, everyone else was focusing on just being entertaining. And then they naturally made a living based on actually being entertaining. No one fucking forced you to hop on YouTube and make that your actual career, Phil. You decided you wanted to do that because you were too fucking lazy to get a real fucking job. And now you have no 401k, no pension, and no retirement. And that's your fault. And you're fucking salty as fuck because everyone else is, not everyone, but like, these people you are lashing out on are way more popular than you.
Everything
and you're
has
bitter.
To be a stunt. Everything has to be some weird stage shit. And now what this led into is the current state of YouTube, the Mr. Beast videos and shit, where everything is so fucking fake and over the top nonsense. And that's the most popular stuff on YouTube. It's like the most brain numbing, you know, melting out of your ear crap. I just don't know, man.
He likes to pretend that he has like these morals and these principles, and he wants to stand up and be like, I am proud of myself because I had the moral fortitude and principles to, in his mind, this is him thinking in his mind, like, I held my morals and principles to make good quality content instead of this garbage. Okay, well, I guess we see where that got you, huh, Phil? Instead of, like, doing what everyone else was doing, and, like, I'm not saying going with the flow all the time is a good thing, in terms of the internet, in terms of like trying to make money on the internet, and like following the algorithm is probably not that bad of a thing, especially when it's like he refused to advance with the times until it was way too fucking late with everything. That's why people call him a dinosaur, because it took him forever to go to direct capture. It took him forever to go into streaming. When if he actually went into these head first, he might be more popular than where he is now. But he's so reluctant to change. And then he wonders why he's not popular. I'm like, well, that's part of the reason. And the other part is, in your head, you fucked up your morals and you think this is like the Game Grumps, what they're doing, or all these other videos you're reacting to are like somehow less valuable and not as good as the content you make, and you got to stick up your ass about your principles and how you're not going to lower yourself to that level of content creation. And I'm like, all right, well, that's on you then. You're going to suffer the consequences of not dropping yourself down to that level, quote unquote, because he thinks it's a lower level or it's beneath him. It's not as good. It's not good enough for him, right? And I'm going to make my own content over here with blackjack and hookers. And then nothing happens because no one's watching that shit. I'm like, I wonder why no one watched that shit, huh, Phil? Because you thought your content was so high and mighty and better than everyone else's that you decided to stick with your own content, and it didn't work out, Phil. It just didn't. I'm sorry. It's a failure. And it probably would have worked out better if you weren't such a total asshole and extremely toxic to people. That's the main thing. Like, I think if you took, like, you take DSP Gaming, all right, like, I wish I could recreate this in, like, some kind of simulation. You take DSP Gaming, you take Phil Burnell's life, and you take Phil Burnell out of Phil Burnell's life, and you put a regular guy in the spot of Phil Burnell, and have all the things, all the life experiences, all the things that happened to Phil Burnell happen to Joe Smith. And you have it's the same parents, being raised the same, going through exactly the same events that shaped DSP to be who he is. I would love to see what Joe Smith would turn into. Would he be even worse off? Would he be better off? Would he be more successful? And I'm just talking like personality-wise and stuff. So Joe Smith would have his own personality, a normal, non-dented human being. The random fucking guy you pull off the street with will probably already, once you pull him off the street, way more book smarts and street smarts than DSP will ever fucking have. Non-dented, non-alcoholic, normal functioning, average citizen. And you put him in DSP's life. And you have all the events that happened to DSP happen to this Joe Smith instead. And I would love to see what happens to that Joe Smith. Will Joe Smith end up killing himself? Would Joe Smith be like super successful and learn from his failures, unlike DSP did? I would love to find that out. That would be so fascinating if there's a way to like create that. But I digress.
All right, let's continue.
All right, we're gonna switch to the other video right now, so hold on. I guess this is some kind of prank thing here, so because this is just the start of it. Go back a little bit.
Impersonation policy, that's interesting. All right, let's do one more video before we split the part.
This is Stone Cold ET, and I just want to order a couple White Castles to go.
So sorry, can you repeat that again?
I said Stone Cold ET would like a couple cheeseburgers and maybe a drink, and I'd like to get out here as soon as possible, and that's the bottom line.
Hey, do you want to pull up? 'Cause I can't understand anything you're saying, please.
Okay, you want Stone Cold ET to pull up what side?
Just pull up to the first window.
Okay.
Oh my god. Why do you have to do this to poor fast food workers?
And of course, there it is. Now, like, he laughed at first. He fucking laughed at first, and now he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna take the moral high ground and, champion and, like, be the voice for all these downtrodden poor fucking retail and fast food workers, and I'll speak for all of them. You don't speak for people like me, Phil. I work in retail. It's not fast food, but still, it's basically the same thing. You don't fucking speak for us, okay? You don't. This is funny. He's not holding up the line. He's not interfering. He's not causing a big ruckus going on. He's not a distraction. Well, he's maybe a slight distraction, but like if I was working, I've worked fast food before. If I was working in a drive-thru and this came through, I would be laughing. I would be like showing the other guys, like, hey guys, look at this really quick. Like, it would be funny. And it wouldn't be that much of a ruckus or a distraction. Sometimes you need to fucking laugh. Because us as human beings, especially when you're working shitty jobs like that, it's actually nice to have a laugh or something outside of the ordinary happen to where you could just like take a break and like laugh at something. But he never understands that because he thinks he's so far fucking above fast food workers, retail workers. He thinks he's fucking above Walmart, for Christ's sake. So it's like, you don't fucking speak for people like us, Phil. Shut the fuck up.
Million views. All they want to do is get through their day. They don't like their jobs.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe someone actually loves their job. Maybe they're really dedicated to fucking White Castle and they love working there and they love meeting new people and they like talking on the phone because they like talking with people. You don't fucking know that, Phil. You don't speak for people like them, us, whatever. Like, you don't know. You're making shit up. You want everyone to be as miserable as you are, and we're not. Yeah, I don't like my job, but it's not a hard job, and it pays my bills. So I do it. But I'm not miserable because I don't like my job. I mean, yeah, like I wake up sometimes and I'm like, fuck, do I really want to go to work? No, I really don't. But by the time I'm there, it's halfway over almost, it feels like. And it's like, it goes by fast enough, so I'm like, okay, whatever. It doesn't ruin my entire day just because I'm working, Phil. Unlike you.
Hate a lot. All they want to do is get through their fucking day. And you got to drive up to the fucking White Castle.
Will you actually watch the goddamn video, Phil?
Just fucking order your food like a normal human and go away. Because this person got
like a normal human. Well, that's something you wouldn't fucking know what it is.
Like, monetize it, so they probably made, no exaggeration, thousands of dollars on this video.
This video is from 11 fucking years ago, Phil. Like, views would rack up quite a bit over 11 fucking years. I think you, of all people, would know that, Mr. 15-year begacy over here.
To be an asshole. This poor person.
How is he being an asshole? He's just doing it for fun because he thinks it's funny. And I guarantee you other people would also think it's funny. It's not a distraction. It's not getting in the way of business. He's not holding up the line. He's in the drive-thru, so he's not even going into the store. So what the fuck is the problem?
Waste their fucking time, right? What an asshole.
Yeah, I know you are.
Pisses me off. All right, let's do one more video.
Oh, and he skips the whole thing.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles.
Oh no, we got Dracula Flow over here, guys. Now, I didn't know anything about this shit until I watched it on King Sly's fucking stream. And I'm like, oh my god. I think it's funny. It's funny. It's like, it's dumb. I will say that this one is dumb, but it's still fucking funny. And it definitely deserves more views than any of the shit that you do, Phil.
We smoking symbiotes. Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian Fur Burger Deluxe Mega Million.
The fact that, like, he just got his dad, I think it's his dad. I don't know anything about this guy. Or the channel that is from, I mean. Well, like, he just took his dad. He fucking drew a Dracula fucking haircut on his bald head with fucking permanent marker and put some shades on, and he's just, like, out here spitting. I'm like, that's fucking funny.
At your skunk Bubba Kush. We smoking dung.
Like, his dad, like, he doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just reading a paragraph off, like, a tablet or something. It's fucking funny.
I'm on 12 Vicodins smoking on Scooby-Doo dick. We smoking Sequoia Banshee boogers. We snorting that
But
good
DSP doesn't know what funny is. He doesn't know what fun is. Like, he wants to be the fucking content police of the entire fucking internet. And that's not possible, jackass. Because guess what? Your opinion is not more important than anyone else's opinion.
Buffalo Soldier, Tamarind, Jordanian Jibbies. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. That Burberry.
I'm him. I'm the guy who created a successful... I'm him. I'm the guy who created a successful fucking YouTube channel 15 fucking years ago.
Backwoods.
I was smiting you
that pussy
motherfuckers.
Smell like a Hellcat V8. We smoking shit.
It's fucking funny, Phil. Shut the fuck up.
4.1 million views.
And again, it all comes down to jealousy, people. He just sees the views, and it because like, look at all this artifacting going on here. And it's even worse when he moves. You got ghosting going on here. His hair is like fading into the background a little bit.
4.1 million views.
Look at this. This is like sub 720p right here. You have an outline around this motherfucker. I'm sorry, I just noticed this. Look at that. Look at that. There is ghost. Look, there's a fucking outline around his head. Guys. Oh, there. That's perfect. I found it. Look at this shit. My guy. My guy. Jesus Christ. Look at that. You got like, I can't even tell he's holding a controller here. He has like this artifacting around his hand. Like, it's all over the place, but it's especially bad around his body. Again, this is 1080p on his own fucking channel. And you got all this fucking artifacting. It's warping the fucking soundproof form behind him. Like, his chair is just a pixelated fucking mess. Hell, it's even on his fucking move over here. What the fuck, man? Like, this is all fucking a mess over here. And you even got, like, pixelating going on in the fucking picture behind him. Look at that. Like, Phil, this does not look good. It doesn't. And, like, yeah, like, obviously, like, this video here, it's not the best quality either, because quality is not the only thing that determines if a video is worth watching or not. But, like, for someone who boasts and proudly proclaims how good his content looks now, it really fucking doesn't. Honestly, it looks worse than it used to. It really does. Like, this looks fucking terrible. I'm sorry, I'll get off of this topic, that topic now. But just, it looks awful. Like, I can't believe he can say with a straight face that, like, his video quality looks better now. It really fucking doesn't. And this is him broadcasting in 12,000 kilobytes per... Wait, what was it? 12,000 kilobytes per second or whatever? Or streaming at 12,000 kilobytes per second? And, like, and you got shit like this? It's probably because you're streaming too high of a bit rate, Phil. You're streaming too high of a bit rate, and it's, like, making it look like garbage. But you can't tell him that, because he'll just tell you don't know anything about what you're fucking talking about. Look at this. This looks more of a fucking... This looks more like a fucking painting than it does a fucking webcam right now. This is, like, we are at, like, 360p 240. Hold on, let me go down to 240. It looks the same. Does that not look about the same? Hold on. Let's go to 480. Let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry.
4.1 million views.
Honestly, it looks about the same. Not lying. It's a little bit crispier in the face. You can actually see his face a bit when it's 1080p. But, like, it's still blurry as fuck. And then it just jumps up to 720. This is 720p. This does not look 720p. His hair is clipping.
I might have to quit the show.
Please do. Please fucking quit it. Quit YouTube in general. Look at that. There's no difference from 720 to 1080. Hold on.
Quit. I don't know if I can keep going.
Let me go back a little bit.
4.1
So this is 720 right here.
Million views.
Now watch closely at this right here when I switch it over, okay? There's not going to be a change. There's no change. It's still.
I might have to quit the show. I
this.
might have to quit.
What is wrong with your webcam, bro? Like, this is trash. I'm sorry, I'm like, hanging on this so bad. I'm just shocked because I didn't notice this at first. Like, I didn't think this was going to be this long or that I was focused so much on this, but god damn. That looks garbage.
First the gummy bear shit and now this. I don't know if I can keep going, man.
Please don't, because you clearly have no indication of what makes anyone popular on YouTube for being on YouTube for as long as you have. You still don't fucking get it, and you never will.
This is ridiculous.
I don't know why you even bother.
What the fuck is going on?
See, look,
who are the 4.1?
It's popping in and popping out. So, like, it'll try to catch up, and it, like, looked... Hold on. It looked good for a second there. Where was it? Oh, there's my mouth. Duh. There, it's like around here, it got clearer for a little bit. Yeah, like when his face, like, faces like down like that, it looks somewhat decent and clear. And then it goes straight back to blurry as fuck.
And who are the 4.1 fucking
now.
Idiots who watch this?
Look at that.
Oh. I guess the joke's on me because I'm 4.1000001 or whatever, right? I watched it. I gave it a view. Can I erase my view? Is there a way to erase your view?
If you do find out how to erase your view, please let me know so I can erase this view so that I won't be the 268th person to watch this shit. Bill, 268. Not a very attractive number. That's not very big of a number. Hell, I get 268 views on some of my videos, Phil. That's pretty fucking bad. I'm just gonna say that. Because, like, I don't have nearly the amount of subscribers you do. And for someone who has over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, you should have a lot fucking more than just 268 views. That's all I'm saying. I get excited when it goes, like, above 500 views. But it does happen sometimes, not all the time. I'm not saying all the time, but every once in a while it does. But goddamn, Phil, can I take my view away from your video? Because your videos, like, the only reason I watch his videos is obviously, like, you do get snippets of just how much of a bitter, narcissistic asshole he is. And this is a clear example right here. And, like, the only reason I found out about this was because someone else was streaming this. King Sly was streaming this, and that's what, so big ups King Sly. Definitely go check him out. But that's why I found out about this, and dark Dracula flow, unfortunately, too. But
I want it to count.
I already said everything. I already said everything I needed to say, but he's going to keep making me repeat it.
God. Oh, I just...
Yeah, that's the general reaction most people have when they watch your shitty-ass content. Again, that's why I like clip channels. Clippers keep doing the bang-up job you guys are doing, because you prevent us from having to go and watch his garbage content on a daily basis just to get, like, good content. Because there are some, like, really good moments to just showcase how much of a piece of shit he is that would be lost to time if it wasn't for people bearing with his garbage content on a daily fucking basis and clipping that shit. And the restreamers too, the people who are actually restreaming his entire fucking stream for the day, God bless you guys, because I can't fucking do it. I can't sit through an entire fucking stream of his without some sort of filter, without someone else making that shit entertaining. Because his content on its own is garbage. That's why you have so many people restreaming him. Because they want to see if there's going to be any gold dust or if he says anything extremely stupid or retarded. But they don't want to just sit there and watch him by himself. They want to, like, have that in the background while they, like, watch their favorite restreamer talk about it. That's what they want.
I don't know. What's happened to humanity? I feel like when I started on YouTube, there was some hope. right?
There really wasn't, though. Old school YouTube was fucking garbage. When YouTube first started, I almost was never on YouTube. Ever. Like, the first couple years of YouTube was just trash. All you would ever find are like stupid memes like I remember the mushroom, badger, mushroom, like stupid ass fucking video memes like that were on YouTube. You had a shitload of like Dragon Ball Z and anime music videos. And that was all over the fucking place with the anime music videos. And I'm like, it was never the good anime either. It was always like really trash. I mean, I don't like Dragon Ball Z, but that's just my opinion. And again, hey, that's my opinion. But like, other people can enjoy Dragon Ball Z. Good for you. Go enjoy it. I just personally don't like it. But I'm not gonna go over here and shit on people who like it and call it objectively trash. I'm not. But that's another good example. But you had those YouTube poops, which are just really stupid, not really all that funny. And it's just like clips from TV shows, like edited together to make no sense. You had the slightly entertaining, like they're taking the hobbits to Isengard, like that was sort of a music video, but not really. Like you had stupid shit like that on early YouTube. It was not entertaining. Nowadays, well, yeah, you still got like goofy, silly stuff like this, but you got like people like fucking Wendigoon doing amazing fucking content and like these long in-depth videos on like cryptids and conspiracy theories and shit like that. You got people doing like streaming about like creepypastas and stuff, and you got like real world crime podcasts and stuff going on. Content nowadays on YouTube is so much more entertaining than it ever was back then. It's more entertaining than TV. I don't have cable. I don't have Netflix. We have like HBO Max and Discovery Plus, and that's about it. And I only got Discovery Plus mostly for the paranormal TV shows out there I kind of like. But that's about it.
It's like, wow, it's a hopeful place where you can go to upload content that has like, there's humor and there's...
Where was the humor, Phil? Okay, I'll give you this. Like when YouTube was like in the beginning-ish, like I would watch The Angry Video Game Nerd and The Nostalgia Critic. And I grew out of both of them pretty quickly. I will say, looking back, The Angry Video Game Nerd was at least somewhat entertaining, especially for being one of the first back in the day. Like, it's a pretty tired and worn out formula because, unfortunately, there's a lot of imitators that follow the whole angry video game critic, reviewer critic thing, including the Nostalgia Critic who came off later, like not that much later, but it was after. And you got like the Irate Gamer and all these other people who weren't nearly as good or as funny. And like, yeah, like I said, at the time, I liked the Nostalgia Critic. I thought it was funny, but I grew out of that humor pretty quickly. And now I just realized it just was never all that funny to begin with. And that's basically what Phil was to a lot of people. Back in the day, people probably found him entertaining, I'm sure. But like people quickly outgrew that shit. And now they want more. They expect more. And he can't provide more. He can't provide them with the content they want now. Because they want like actual fun, enjoyable content. Either it being well thought out, or just entertaining, or funny. And he can't do any of that shit.
And there's hope of something good.
The hope of making a lot of money in early YouTube by immediately fucking monetizing his video game playthroughs as soon as possible. The hope of making it rich and
I started watching the content
tons of money
YouTube on this show over the last year, and now I just have to scratch my head of what has really happened. See, what it is I'm...
Also, that's another thing. Like, apparently he just doesn't watch YouTube on his own, and the only glimpse of YouTube at all is what his fucking fans send him. That's it. Like, Phil, come on. Like, first of all, these submissions are from your dented fans. So, by harshly criticizing these things, you're criticizing your own fan base and what they like and what they think is funny. And I don't see any of these videos pertaining to like anything remotely like your content. So, and clearly people agree that these are funny, more entertaining and more funny than shit that you do.
I'm an isolated individual. I just stick to my stuff. You know that. Like, I just stick to my stuff. I don't venture outside of the realm.
What do you do? What are you talking about? Other people do that? Oh my god. Like, what? Are you trying to pretend that, like, you're the only motherfucker that only ever stuck to his own stuff and never did collabs or anything else? Like, there are tons of other YouTubers that do that too, Phil. Hell, look at Tevin. Tevin's like, I mean, obviously he's the GOAT and everything, but like, he doesn't really do a whole lot of collabs. He doesn't really like to collab with people, and I get that. He just wants to be left alone and make his own content, and we enjoy his content for that. And it's fine. So like, you're not the only fucking person on YouTube who doesn't collab with other people, doesn't network for other people. And we've seen that it can be a lot more lucrative than what you are dealing with. So you're not like a good example for the type of YouTuber who just the lone wolf YouTuber mentality. You're not a good example for that.
Of stuff that interests me or you, because you guys turn me on to different stuff at time to time to check out. But like, I definitely stay in my own gaming circles and stuff.
You
and
don't
like, I just
belong to any circles. What are you talking about? You're not in any goddamn circle.
And people are like, well, here's what's popular on YouTube. You should watch some of these videos.
Is that what they're saying? Maybe they're saying, hey, I like this stuff. Please react to it. This is stupid. This is shit. You're shit for liking it.
The internet. And now I watch it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on this site? This is what people have uploaded. And this is what a lot of people...
So you're basically telling us that you don't watch YouTube at all. And like, he doesn't even know what like good content is if it hit him in the face, obviously.
Have watched. It's not even, you know, they upload it and people are like, wow, this is fucking stupid. I'll never watch this. And then it you know, no.
It's funny.
Millions
people
of
liked
views.
it. Yeah, because people find it funny.
You do realize you're going to die someday. Do you know that? You're going to die. You're going to pass away.
Oh, that's fucking rich coming from you, Phil. Since you're probably going to die a lot sooner than any of us are, the way you're aging. Like, fucking really, motherfucker? You, of all fucking people, like, where do you get off trying to, like, judge how other people spend their life? Where do you fucking get off, Phil? You, of all motherfuckers, don't get to judge how other people are living their own fucking lives. You do get that, right? You do get that human brains sometimes need, like, something to make them laugh, or they'll go fucking batshit insane. Like you clearly fucking have. Because you don't know what the fuck humor is, first of all. Let me see if he says anything else first before
You will not have any more time to live on Earth at some point. It'll be the end of your cycle of existence. And you'll have spent time watching this and the Gummy Bear video. You understand that, right? You could have done anything else.
Like what, Phil? Play WWE Champions? Waste hundreds of thousands of dollars and God knows how many fucking hours playing a shitty ass WWE Champions gacha fucking game? Is that somehow a better investment of my precious time on Earth? Phil, is it? I don't think so.
All right.
The audacity of this cocksucker, pardon my French, to try to judge how anyone else lives their life, how they spend their own free time, all the while thinking that his content is more worthy of your time than anything else that they watch. Don't waste your precious time on Earth watching whatever the fuck you watch. Oh, you like Avatar: The Last Airbender? How fucking dare you? You know you're gonna die someday, right? Fuck that shit and watch my boring ass Let's Plays so you can give me more fucking money. Cause that's all life is. Hey Phil, you do realize you're going to die someday, right? You do realize that, right? You do realize you can't take your money with you when you die, right? You're not gonna be buried with your money and your pet Jasper. Although I guess we can do what the ancient Egyptians did and mummify both your cats and put them in your tomb with you if you really fucking wanted. Of course, there would probably have to be a pretty big tomb for one of the cats, but I digress. But seriously, Phil, like, you of all fucking people don't get to fucking say that. Cause yeah, we're all gonna fucking die someday. That's a fucking given. And we all need a little laughter. We all need to kill the time in some way or another. We can't be super productive 24/7 nonstop. We would go fucking insane. We need downtime. We need to relax and watch something that we find funny. Or it doesn't have to be watching something. Playing video games, reading books, writing, listening to podcasts, watching movies, going out for a walk, anything that we do as a hobby is like relaxing, right? Like, we need to unwind. People unwind in their own ways. Like, someone could really like crocheting or knitting something. I myself, I do like to read, but unfortunately I haven't been reading that much lately because I've been kind of too focused on video games, and I need to like better balance my hobbies. But I also like to write. I like to draw a little bit too. Like, I have a lot of different hobbies, and this coming from a motherfucker who does absolutely nothing. Like, you do get that, right? He barely works at all. Like, work is in quote. But let's say he like talks his bullshit on stream on a podcast for an hour, and then with all the breaks, you would be lucky if you like considered him quote unquote working or doing like making content for like 4 or 5 hours a day, right? And then what does he do in all that fucking free time? He doesn't watch movies. He doesn't watch YouTube. He doesn't watch TV. He sits by Cat as Cat plays video games and fucking plays WW Champions and drinks. That's all he fucking does. But this motherfucker who wastes his entire free time every goddamn day just pulling fucking Hogan cards is gonna lecture you and how you are wasting your life and poorly spending your precious free time. The fucking audacity of that is mind-boggling to me. It really fucking is. Because like I said, not everyone could be like super productive every fucking day, right? Like, let's say we all get up, we go to work, whatever, whenever we do work, if it's in the morning, if it's at night, whenever we work, we go home after eating or doing the normal chores of like dishes, laundry, blah, 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 whatever your routine is, right? And then there's that period before, like after dinner, before bed, where you want to do something and you're gonna pick whatever makes you happiest, whatever you entertain. And sure, there have been mistakes I have made in the past. I love horror movies, but in a search to find new movies that I haven't seen before, I'll dip my toe in the B movie shit pile of horrible B movies. And every once in a while, I find a golden gem, but more often than not, it's just garbage B movies. And yes, I do wish I could get my 2 hours back from watching these shitty ass fucking movies, each movie. Like, God, that was a shitty ass movie. I wish I didn't sit and watch the whole fucking thing. Could I go back in time so I don't have to watch that movie? Like, we've all made mistakes like that. We all picked a movie thinking it was going to be great, and it turns out to be shit. We all wasted, what was it, like 4 hours watching Titanic? Like, there have been plenty of horrible movies we've watched, all different based on our own subjective views, of course, that we wish we could get back. I personally like while I'm doing something else, be it playing a video game, I like to have like a stream from a Detractor in the background just as like white noise sound while I'm playing a game. If it's not a story-intensive game. Because if it's like a story-intensive RPG where I'm closely paying attention to the story, I will mute it so I can pay attention to the story. And then if it's a grinding session, I'll turn the stream back on or something like that. So I can multitask and do multiple things, right? Like, that's normal. That's like whatever. Or if it's like I want to do something more productive, I'll draw or I'll write or I'll like start reading or something like that, you know? Like, I got a bunch of manga I still got to go through. Shit like that. So, like, we've all made mistakes and wasted our time with things that we wish we probably didn't and wish we could go back and fix. But over time, you learn to look for the warning signs, being like, all right, well, I'm halfway through this movie. It's not super entertaining, all right, like right now. I'm like, should I maybe stop watching it or should I continue? And sometimes you continue and it's worth it. It's like, oh, there's a surprise twist ending that I didn't see coming. And that actually makes the rest of the movie better for it. Now, all the parts that I didn't like make a little bit more sense because of that twist ending there. And sometimes it's exactly as you expected, and you're like, yep, I thought that was going to happen. Well, fuck. Wish I had my 2 hours back. It happens. And I won't even go, like, even though DSP's content is boring as fuck, obviously people do enjoy watching him. His dents, right? His fans somehow, for some reason, enjoy the content he makes. And while I could pull a DSP and berate and shit on his own fans for enjoying that shit, I'm not going to do that. Let his fans waste their free time watching a horrible B movie all they want. A B horror movie that's garbage through and through, with no good actors, a predictable plot, and even more predictable letdown ending. And you'll see those credits come up and it'll be like DSP as himself and no other credits because no one else worked on it. And let them waste their free time watching that shit. Because at the end of the day, we have something called free will, Phil. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Free will, Phil. Free Willy, Phil. And by Willy, I mean cat. I want to thank everyone who chose to waste a little bit of their precious free time in life watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Unlike this motherfucker here, I actually appreciate you guys. So thank you. Thank you, fuck you, and good night, everyone. Till the next time.